What's going on, Pokemon Masters? PokemonTripHD here, and we are back today with the team analysis for Week 2 in the TBU, in the Battle Union, whatever. And, it's not the TBU, it's the Battle Union. I don't know. We're in Week 2 in the Battle Union. So, we're going up against Super Gassy and the New York Shelmets. Super Gassy is the coach. And this is going to be a great battle. He won his last match 2-0, and we lost our last match 3-0. So, we lost 0-3. But anyways... So he has a really threatening team, and I had to build a really weird team. And let me just click off of that. All right, I had to build a really weird team this week. Let me go in and read off his team. His team is Azumarill, Terrakion, Hydreigon, Jolteon, Klefki, Mesprit, Ferrothorn, Donphan, Alomomola, Mega Charizard X, and then on his bench he has Frostlass, Cofagrigus, and Hitmonchan. He cannot use his bench this week. So the first 10 I listed are what he can use this week. And if you can see, he has huge threats in the form of Azumarill, Terrakion, Hydreigon, Jolteon, and Charizard X. Those 5 alone break through any team I can think of. Those 5 alone just break through any team. He has a decent amount of bulk, being Ferrothorn, Donphan, and Alomomola. All 3 of them are annoying to deal with, but the thing is, he can't bring all 3 of those walls and all 5 of his hard attackers. He can only bring 1 wall and 5 attackers, or he can mix it up however he wants. And he also has Klefki and Mesprit to throw in the mix. He did just throw on Klefki onto his bench this week, so he can use Klefki this week. He couldn't use it last week. I don't think... Okay, predictions right off the bat. I think he's bringing Charizard X. I think he's bringing Hydreigon. Rest, I don't really know about, but I think he's bringing those 2 for sure. And he's either going to bring Ferrothorn or Alomomola, one or the other, because he needs something to deal with a D-Dance Dragonite, in case I do bring one. So he's going to bring one of those, and I don't think he's bringing Mesprit at all, honestly. I really don't think. I can't see him bringing Mesprit. So with that in mind, with all those stuff in mind, I'm going to prepare for everything, like I said, and I guess it's about time to jump right into this. So first thing I noticed, Hydreigon destroys my entire team, so that's terrible. If a Pokemon can just destroy your entire team, because Life Orb destroys our entire team. And also for this week, we got rid of Florges, put Florges on the bench, and we have Azelf on the team now, so just thought I'd mention that. So Hydreigon destroys our entire team. We don't have switch-ins for, basically, we don't have switch-ins for much, honestly. We don't have switch-ins for the big 5 wall breakers, being Azumarill, Terrakion, Hydreigon, Jolteon, and Charizard X. We don't have any switch-ins to those, so with that stuff in mind, I'm just going to get right into the team. So our team, first up, we have a Leftovers, bulky Celebi with Substitute, Nasty Plot, Earth Power, and Giga Drain. And this Celebi, the main purpose of this Celebi is to switch in on the Ferrothorn, switch on Alomomola, and it could just set up all over them with the Sub and the Nasty Plot. Earth Power and Giga Drain provide decent coverage. Only thing those 2 moves don't hit is going to be the... Well, it doesn't hit the Mesprit or Pharaoh super effectively, but it hits everything else super effectively except the Hydreigon too. We can't really touch the Hydreigon with this set, but Giga Drain does do a decent amount to the Hydreigon, so that's something to keep in mind. And really, we just switched into Pharaoh. We have 0 speed, so the Ferrothorn Gyro Ball has like a 12% chance to break our Sub. So odds are he won't be breaking our Sub with the Gyro Ball. That's if he's minus speed nature, if he's like Relax, and then 0 speed IVs too. It does 26% max, and Substitute is 25%, as you should know. And then we just set him Nasty Plot over at +6. 2 Earth Powers are a roll to take it out, I believe, or 2 Earth Powers do take it out, one or the other. And we need this specific set to be able to eat up Gyro Balls, like I just said. We can switch into Ferrothorn and Alomomola pretty darn safely. Ice Beam does like 22% max to this set. I think 22% max, something like that, to max to this set. So we can eat up Ice Beams from Alomomola. I just don't want this thing to get status from like a Scald Burn or a Toxic from the Alomomola, so we're going to have to play it very carefully. But that's the Celebi set. Hopefully this Celery does work for us. And next up we have Dragonite, Jade the Dragonite, and this is a really interesting Dragonite set. We have Leftovers, Multi-Skill, of course. We have Agility, Flamethrower, Thunderbolt, and Dragon Pulse. The spread on this is just max special attack to be able to 2 KO basically everything on his team. And then we have the rest put into speed so that we can outspeed a Scarfed Hydreigon once we set up an Agility. If I put max speed, we can speed tie with the Scarfed Terrakion. But the thing is, if he's a Scarfed Terrakion, I'm not going to be too worried about it. He's going to have to land us on it to KO us either way. And we live one if we're on our multi-skill. So I'm not really too worried about a Scarfed Terrakion. Could end up being an issue, but I'm not really too worried about it. So Flamethrower, Thunderbolt, and Dragon Pulse hits everything on his team super effectively except the Donphan, but Dragon Pulse does like decent amount to the Donphan, and it doesn't hit the Terrakion super effectively either, but we can do a ton of damage to the Terrakion. Oh, we don't hit the Jolteon super effectively. Okay, we hit really hard though. we hit really hard. Things we don't hit super effectively, we can still 2-hit KO. We still 2-hit KO a Jolteon with Dragon Pulse. We still 2-hit KO a Terrakion with Dragon Pulse. We just can't 2-hit KO Donphan, but I'm not even sure if he's gonna bring the Donphan. So And even if he does bring the Donphan, I don't know. If he brings the Donphan, our switching, we have a safe switching with Scizor or with Shaniqua. So I don't know. We're gonna have to with Shaniqua's Quagsar. We're gonna have to play around it. I don't know. We're gonna have to kind of play around a Donphan if he does end up bringing that, but. Dragon Pulse still does a decent amount to the Donphan, which is nice. Donphan does get Ice Shard, so we're gonna have to keep that in mind. We have leftovers though, just in case Hydreigon U-turns on us, so that he can break our multi-scale and then come back in and Draco if he's Scarfed, say. We have leftovers so that after U-turns, we can get right back up to the multi-scale. And it's this set is made to catch off guard the Alomomola, because if he brings Alomomola, it's gonna switch into this Dragonite, and with Thunderbolt, we 2-KO the Alomomola if he's max defense, which I expect him to be. Even if he has a little bit of Spadef investment, we do still 2-KO with Thunderbolt. So. This is the Dragonite set. Hopefully it does work. I can really see it doing work, especially if we get up in Agility. We outspeed everything on his team. So we have a roll to Oko the Charex. It's a roll to Oko the Hydreigon with Dragon Pulse on both of them. So we're gonna have to play kind of differently with this Dragonite. I really hope this Dragonite can put a work against his team though. Next up we have Azelf. So Choice Scarfed Azelf. This thing outspeeds everything on his team. Usually I don't like having a Pokemon that just outspeeds everything on a team unless it actually does really, really good. But this Azelf actually does really, really good against his team. It outspeeds everything on his team, and it hits everything on his team super effectively. With Energy Ball, Flamethrower, Dazzling Gleam, and Psychic, it literally hits everything on his team super effectively except the Charizard X. Charizard X is the, and the Mesprit, I guess. I keep saying it hits everything, but it does hit everything. It doesn't hit Charizard X, but whatever. Psychic to Charizard X does around 50-ish%. So it does decent damage to the Char X. We do 2-KO everything on his team, I believe, with something. Unless he has a Spadef Mesprit, we 2-KO everything on his team with something on this moveset. And this Azelf is going to be made to clean up late. I just realized I didn't nickname the Azelf. Wow. Okay. I need to try fixing that. But I didn't nickname the Azelf. But we should all know what the Azelf's nickname is by now. I don't remember what Azelf's nickname is. But hopefully you guys remember what Azelf's nickname is. Let me see. Does it work if I do this? Does that work? It actually does work. Okay, I can actually check what Azelf's nickname is. Yay. Let's see. Azelf's nickname is Navi. Navi the Azelf. Okay. So we have Navi the Azelf. I don't know how I forgot that. So Navi the Azelf. I don't know. I completely forgot about Azelf's nickname. Let me try and get this Azelf's nickname fixed, because that was like, it just flew out of my head and I just completely forgot about that though. Let me see. Azelf nicknamed to Navi. I'm trying to remind myself so Azelf can be nicknamed Navi. There we go. So Azelf nicknamed Navi. Okay, I'm not going to cut that out because whatever. It's part of the whole team building process stuff. So Azelf is going to be nicknamed Navi. Navi after the link reference thing. Okay, so this Azelf, like I said, Azelf is made to be a late game cleaner. The speed outspeeds a Terrakion. We cannot speed Jolteon. If we go max speed, we speed tie with a modest Jolteon. But I don't really think that's worth it because I doubt he's going to bring a modest Jolteon. I'd rather put someone's HP so we can take hits just a little bit better. Maybe an Aqua Jet from Azumarill a little bit better. Or something like that. Maybe an Ice Shard from Donphan a little bit better. So we can just take hits a lot better with this Navi if we give it that HP investment. And max special attack, of course, just really standard. So far, all special attackers, we got to change it up. We got to go with the physical attacker. We have Juanita Breloom, Focus Sash Technician, of course, which is the amazingest of all Breelooms. And this Breloom is so good against the team. It does so much work against the team. We have Swords Dance, Rock Tomb, Bullet Seed, and Mach Punch. Those moves pretty much destroy his team. Honestly, if we got up a Swords Dance, we 2-KO everything on his team, if not OKO everything on his team. So this thing is a huge win condition. His main thing, he doesn't have anything that can wall it. I guess you could say Ferrothorn walls it, but I don't want to break this thing sash with a Mach Punch on the Ferrothorn. So if Ferrothorn comes out, I'm probably going to be switching straight out to Celebi, maybe even straight out to Scizor, even though Scizor doesn't do much, but you'll see later. So I don't know, this Juanita Up does a lot of work against this team, especially with Mach Punch. Mach Punch gets rid of the Terrakion and the Hydreigon. It doesn't OHKO them, it does like 90%, I believe, to both. So it does a lot of damage to them. And then Bullet Seed takes out his Donphan and the Alomomola, which are both huge threats. Rock Tomb, with for Sashed. Rock Tomb does a lot of damage to Charizard. It doesn't OHKO it, but it does a ton of damage, and it's going to lower his speed. So we can either Mach Punch if he's at +1 and then goes back to neutral, or if he's at -1, we can just go for... Actually, I think we'd have to Mach Punch either way, because I believe he's still faster than us even at -1. But I'm not quite sure about that. We'll have to see. I don't know. But I'd probably just Mach Punch, because the Mach Punch should be enough to take it after a Rock Tomb anyways. Anyway... I said anyway. So the Breloom is made to outspeed the Azumarill, which is the only thing that we really need to outspeed. Nothing else. Made to outspeed an Adamant Azumarill. Nothing else on his team we need to outspeed. Actually, does Adamant Azumarill hit? What does Adamant Azumarill hit? I don't even know. Let's find out. Let's see. Azumarill, you can see a calc right here. Azumarill, if he is, let's just say this. Choice band, like that. Hits 102. Yeah, hits 102. Just making sure, because I thought it hit 103. Hits 102, so you guys definitely saw that. So it's 102, which is great to know, and I just spoiled the Quagsire. So anyway, so this Breloom does so much right against the team, and I'm really hoping Juanita Up can put in the work for us this week, because last week, I kind of let her down. She didn't let me down. I let her down. So this week, I'm hoping she can pull it back for us. Next up, we have Shaniqua, the Quagsire. Shaniqua's coming. Quagsire's coming. And Rindo Berry, so we can take an HP Grass from the Jolteon or from the Charizard X. We can also take a Power Up from the Ferrothorn, and we can hit him back with counter if we, for the Ferrothorn. For the other two, we can Earthquake and knock out the Jolteon and do about 60% to the Charizard X. So this set is Water Absorb, Recovery, Counter, Toxic, and Earthquake. Now, you may be saying, Water Absorb, why is it not Unaware? It has Water Absorb because I know he's going to expect Unaware, and if he close combats with Terrakion, he gets to -1 defenses, and Earthquake will take him out. But if we're Unaware, we don't take in his drops to account, so an Earthquake will not take him out at -1 because he's going to technically be at neutral because Quagsire has the ability Unaware, which doesn't take into account those. I did check if it did take them into account, and it does not take those into account if you have Unaware. So I need it to be Water Absorb so we can take it out with an Earthquake. The reason I'm saying this is I'm not going to go for a counter on the Terrakion in case he just wants to set up rocks. Of course, it's going to depend on his team. If he has like a Ferrothorn's probably going to set up rocks, or a Donphan, and that's probably going to set up rocks. But I want to be safe, so we're going to have the Earthquake instead, just so we can be safe and make sure that we take out the Terrakion instead of just letting him set up rocks and then we reveal the counter and blah, blah, blah. So I'd rather just have this. We can also eat up a Waterfall from the Azumarill so that he can't flinch us. He'd have to go with the Banded Play Rough if he's banded. He'd have to go with the Play Rough to do any damage to us, and because we are immune to water with Water Absorb. And a Play Rough, if he's banded, does about 60%, and we can hit him back with the counter and OHKO him. So that's the main thing. We have Toxic for the Alomomola and for the Donphan. If we can get a Toxic off, that'd be great. I don't have Scald on this because I just couldn't find room. I'd rather have Earthquake instead of Scald, like I said, for the reasons that we can take out the Terrakion, and we have the Charx really, really hard. So that's his Quagsire. Quagsire, actually, Shaniqua puts in a ton of work in this match. And yeah, so Shaniqua's there. Next up, we have the Scizor. Now, this is an Akaberry Scizor. Originally, it was supposed to be defensive, but I changed it to this set. It's Roost, Defog, Bug Bite, and Bullet Punch Technician, of course. This set lives Life Orb, Hydreigon's Flamethrower, and then we can OHKO it back with a Bug Bite. We don't OHKO, it does like 90-something% min, but we basically OHKO because Bug Bite and Bullet Punch take it out. So this set's walled by the Ferrothorn. It's walled by the Charizard X. It's walled by the Alomomola. It's probably going to be walled by the Donphan too. And it just gets walled by a lot of things. So this main Scisor's purpose, I don't know what I said. Scisor's main purpose is to just defog. Honestly, if it sets up spikes, stealth rocks, whatever, I just want to defog. I just need the Scizor to defog because if it sets up rocks, I definitely need to defog. If it sets up spikes, they're not going to be as annoying. So I could deal with them as long as Breloom had done its thing already, because I would want Breloom's Sash to be intact still. But we'll figure it out. I really think Scisor's main purpose is to either take out the Hydreigon or to defog. Either one of those. If he completes either one of those, I will be super, super happy with him. Honestly, I'll be really happy if Scizor does either one of those. So that's the Scisor's thing. And also, huge thanks to Dan for helping me with the building of this team. He really helped me out a lot. And Jay also helped me out a little bit too. So huge thanks to those two. Dan helped me out a lot though. So huge thanks to Dan. Dan is the man. And also huge thanks to Sketchy Smeargore for joining the team. And I think that is going to wrap this up. Threats, like I said, 5 main attackers are all huge threats. But of course, if he brings those 5, he's not going to be able to bring all of his walls. So we're just going to have to play around what kind of team he brings. Leads, we're either going to lead Breloom, Quagsire, or Scizor. Those are going to be our leads. There's really, if we lead Quagsire matches up really well against the entirety of his team, besides against the Hydreigon. If he leads Hydreigon, I think what I would do is just swap straight out to Scizor because I'm expecting a Life Orb Draco. Life Orb Draco would OHKO Quagsire, even if we're Spadef, I believe it's still OHKOs. So we'd probably swap straight out into Scizor because we can take a Draco and then -2 Flamethrower, and then we can OHKO it back with a Bug Bite. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'm really looking forward to this match. This is going to be a great match. I built a really weird team. We have a Akaberry, we have a Rindo Berry, we have a Sash, we have a Scarf, we have a Lefties, and another Lefties. So I don't know. I feel like this is a really weird team, but I feel like this team could actually match up really, really well against his team if we just play our cards right and we lead right and he leads like we have a good lead matchup against his lead. So we're going to end it right here. This is a pretty long one. But yeah, like I said, I had enough time to record this live and all that stuff. Well, not live, but you know what I mean. Had enough time to record this, like, I had enough time to actually do this and everything. I don't even know, but we're gonna have this battle very soon. So hope you guys enjoyed. Battle will be up tomorrow, and that is gonna be it. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like right now below, because that thumb needs 11, and it would mean so much to me. And hopefully we can go get it. Let's go, Staravias.